Hello and welcome. This is a continuation of our networking series. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a backup of your network infrastructure. Let's say a router, a switch, wireless controller, things like that. In organizations, they will have a backup server, and that backup can be scheduled on daily basis, weekly basis. It can be, depending on how the configurations are updated, you might have a schedule, automated schedule. So usually you will have a Linux machine with the cron job that automates the backup, and you have the configuration on the routers, on the switches that says at this time, or maybe daily, weekly, take your backup of that file, put it in that destination. But in this case, I'm going to show you on a simulator. This router, it has a lot of configurations. This one doesn't have much, but of course you will configure every device in your network infrastructure to be backed up, including firewalls, other devices. For this case, I have a backup server there, and I want to prepare it first of all. So this packet tracer allows you to use services. First, I need to show you this IP. I have that IP from the VLAN 3, but the service I'm using, you can use FTP. Of course, secure file transfer would be your preference, but here you only got basic ones. So let's say TFTP. First, you need to enable it, and that service is available, and we know the IP of this machine, and here the IP, let's copy. Then we have a routing that's in place from all the infrastructure across here. They can back up the configuration. So now we go to the router, and of course you're going to automate that, but we're going to do it here manually. So we will see what do we need to configure. Let's say you have a running configuration, show run, and you have all these configurations in place. You don't want to lose them. Or if we saved it, and then if we say show startup config, that is the NVR configuration is the same because we saved the running config, same as the running config and startup config are the same now. They're synced. So we need to copy those, and anything maybe in the flash. So dir flash, if we say flash, these files, let's make it a little bit bigger. These files also you might need, like the iOS, you might want to back that up, but we have an IP on this device that can reach the server. So let's say ping 10.3.3.101 was the IP. Yes, we can reach, so connectivity is there. So what I want to do now is copy. What do you want to copy? A startup config or a file in the flash? If it's a file in the flash, you say flash, and then you write the file name. Let's say that file you copy. Or what we need to copy is the running config or the startup config. So I would say startup config. Where are we going to? We say TFTP, and then it asks you some questions. Address of the remote host, that means the TFTP, that's the server, and it was 10.3.3.101. and then it says the destination name. Do you want to change router 1-config? Let's say router 1 dash backup, let's call it that way, backup config. Okay, just to make it in the list, you've got other things. I just want that name to appear so you can easily see it. It says that file is now done. It copied in that short time. So let's go to the server, go to the TFTP, and we go to services, we go to TFTP, and now you see on the top you have that file. If you want to restore that configuration, let's say a router is gone, you have a new one, same model, and you want to back up the configuration, you know the destination. So let's say there is an empty router. When I say empty, it means no configurations. You would go to the router and then say copy. Then you have to say TFTP, and then where do you want to copy it? Let's say to running config, and then later you can save. And then it says, okay, where is that file? Where's the IP or the name of the remote host? So it is 10.3.3.101. And then it says I need the source file name, and the source file name, if you go back to the server, here, so you can see the server name in the TFTP service here, TFTP, you have that name. So if you copy that name, or router-1-backup, and then we can provide that in the router, or actually we had it here, isn't it? So let's copy here. So copy that and then put the file name here. So this is the file name we're copying, and it says when you take it to the destination, do you want it to be same as running config name? You say yes, and then that says I copied it. So that's how you restore. The first one was how to back it up, and the other one is how to restore. If you want to see how you do it in physical devices like a Linux server with secure file transfer, and we're backing up the configuration automatically, and we are creating cron jobs on the Linux machine, then watch the Linux series in this channel. It will give you an idea. I haven't provided that, but you can watch those videos, which will give you that knowledge. So that's all for this backup and restore video. Thank you again for your time, and see you in another video.